What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. NFL Cowboys news. We've got a major topic to discuss today. Now, when it comes to Dallas Cowboys football, there's always drama, there's always something to talk about, and today is no different. We've got none other than Cowboys legend Troy Aikman making some big comments about Dak Prescott. And trust me, this one's a must-watch. Aikman, a three-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer, has weighed in on Dak Prescott's journey as the Cowboys quarterback. And spoiler alert, he's been full of praise for Dak's potential, saying the Cowboys' current QB is very close to taking the team past their biggest rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles, and into another Super Bowl. Today, we're going to dive deep into Aikman's comments, break them down, and explore what that very close remark really means for Dak, the Cowboys, and their future against the Eagles in the NFC East. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of our Cowboys coverage. Let's get started. Now, before we get into Aikman's thoughts on Dak, let's take a moment to recognize just who Troy Aikman is. For those of you who may not know, Troy Aikman is an absolute Cowboys legend. He's not just any former quarterback. Aikman was the face of the Dallas Cowboys during one of the most dominant dynasties in NFL history. He led the Cowboys to 3 Super Bowl victories in the 90s, becoming one of the most decorated and respected quarterbacks in NFL history. Aikman played for the Cowboys from 1989 to 2000, racking up Pro Bowls, Super Bowl MVP honors, and ultimately a Hall of Fame career. But it wasn't just his physical skills that set him apart. Aikman was known for his leadership on and off the field, his ability to perform in clutch situations, and his ice-cold composure when the game was on the line. When Aikman says something about quarterbacks, you better believe everyone's listening. So when Troy Aikman makes a statement about the current Cowboys quarterback, it's not just another analyst giving his opinion, it's a legend who's seen it all and knows what it takes to get to the top. That's why Aikman's comments about Dak Prescott have us all paying attention. So, what did Aikman actually say about Dak Prescott? Well, Aikman was on a sports podcast recently, and he had some pretty strong words of encouragement for Dak. Here's the key part of his statement. Quote on screen, "I think Dak is very close to being exactly what the Cowboys need. He's on the cusp of leading this team past the Eagles and getting them into another Super Bowl." Now, those are some big words from Aikman. He says Dak is very close to leading the Cowboys past the Eagles. And if you know anything about the Cowboys-Eagles rivalry, you know that beating Philly is no small feat. They've been a thorn in Dallas' side for years, especially in recent seasons. So, why is Aikman so confident in Dak? Let's break it down. Now, let's unpack Aikman's very close comment. When Troy Aikman says Dak is very close, what exactly is he referring to? For one, Aikman isn't just talking about Dak's physical talent. We know Dak has the arm, the athleticism, and the ability to make throws that few quarterbacks can match. What Aikman is really getting at is Dak's potential as a leader, the kind of leader who can elevate his team in high-pressure situations, particularly when facing a fierce rival like the Eagles. Over the past few seasons, Dak has shown flashes of greatness. In the regular season, he's put up impressive numbers, and he has the ability to put the team on his back. But when it comes to the big games, especially against the Eagles, Dak has struggled to get over that final hurdle. Aikman sees that potential, but he also sees the fine line between greatness and being very close to it. For Dak to get there, he needs to be even more consistent. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Philadelphia Eagles. They've been a formidable opponent for the Cowboys for years now. They have an aggressive defense, a dynamic quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and a well-rounded offense that can challenge any team in the league. Beating the Eagles is a massive test for Dak Prescott. They're the team to beat in the NFC East, and until Dak can get over that hump, he will always have critics questioning his ability to lead the Cowboys to the next level. Think about it, Jalen Hurts is playing at an MVP caliber level, and the Eagles' defense, led by guys like Darius Slay and Brandon Graham, has been one of the most dangerous units in the NFL. The challenge for Dak is how to beat a team with so many playmakers on both sides of the ball. Aikman knows that this is the ultimate test, and Dak needs to show he can lead the Cowboys past that wall. So, what does Dak need to do to get over this hurdle? Well, let's break down the key areas where Dak needs to continue to improve. First and foremost, Dak needs to become more consistent in his decision-making. He's shown that he can make amazing throws, but there are times when he forces passes or makes mistakes at critical moments. The Eagles are one of the best teams at forcing turnovers, and Dak has to be more disciplined with the ball. Secondly, Dak needs to improve his deep ball accuracy. When the Cowboys' offense is firing on all cylinders, it's usually because Dak has connected with CeeDee Lamb or other receivers deep down the field. But there have been times when those connections have been off. Being more accurate on the deep ball will help stretch the Eagles' defense and create more opportunities for the offense. Lastly, Dak has to trust his offensive line. The Cowboys' offensive line is one of the better units in the NFL, but they've had their moments of inconsistency. Dak has to trust his protection, hold the ball a little longer when necessary, and avoid trying to make something out of nothing. If he plays smart and within the system, the results will come. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Dallas Cowboys have one of the most talented rosters in the league. They've got playmakers on both sides of the ball: Micah Parsons on defense, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver, and Tony Pollard at running back. But the question remains, can Dak Prescott take the next step and lead this team to the promised land? Over the past few years, the Cowboys have been close. They've made it to the playoffs multiple times, but they haven't been able to make it past the NFC Championship game. This is Dak's time. If Aikman says Dak is very close, that's a huge compliment. It means the pieces are there, but Dak needs to fine-tune his game, rise to the occasion against the toughest competition, and bring home that elusive championship. Alright, Cowboys Nation, that's a wrap on today's deep dive into Troy Aikman's defense of Dak Prescott and what it means for the future of the Cowboys. Do you agree with Aikman that Dak is very close to taking the Cowboys past the Eagles and into another Super Bowl? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on any more Cowboys news and analysis. We've got a lot more content coming your way as the season gets closer. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Let's go Cowboys!